Welcome to my channel. HD Rare Coins 111. In this video I tell you about the United States of America Washington quarter dollar, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please subscribe my channel. Thanks. Top 1. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the United States Mint, focusing on one of its most iconic yet underappreciated coins, the 2015 Washington quarter featuring the Homestead design. It's a coin that represents a pivotal chapter in American history, and its journey from design to production is as captivating as the coin itself. Let's start by understanding the historical context behind the Washington quarter dollar, specifically the 2015 Homestead edition. The Washington quarter, which has been in circulation since 1932, honors the nation's first president, George Washington. It's one of the most enduring and recognizable coins in American numismatics. But in 2015, the U.S. Mint did something special by introducing a unique design, a design that pays homage to the Homestead Act of 1862, a law that shaped the American frontier and played a crucial role in expanding the country westward. The Homestead Act, signed by President Abraham Lincoln, provided free land to citizens willing to settle in the Western territories and improve them. This law was vital in promoting expansion and settlement, and it laid the groundwork for much of the agricultural growth in the United States. By the mid-19th century, millions of acres were distributed under the Act, helping to build the foundation of the nation's farming economy. Incorporating the Homestead Act into the 2015 Washington quarter wasn't just a tribute to this historic law but also a reminder of the American spirit, determination, perseverance, and a deep connection to the land. And that's what the 2015 Homestead quarter symbolizes. But before we get into the intricate design details, let's take a look at how the coin was produced, and why it has become such a coveted item in the numismatic world. In 2015, the United States Mint issued a series of national park quarters, with each coin commemorating one of the 59 national parks across the country. This series was part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a decade-long initiative that ran from 2010 to 2021. Each year, the Mint released 5 unique quarters, each representing a different national park or historic site. The Homestead National Monument of America in Nebraska was one of the 5 featured in the 2015 series. It was a fitting tribute to the 150th anniversary of the Homestead Act. The design for the 2015 Homestead quarter was carefully selected to encapsulate the spirit of the Homestead Act and its impact on the American landscape. The obverse, or front of the coin, retains the classic George Washington portrait, which has been a hallmark of the Washington quarter since its introduction. But it's the reverse side, the back of the coin, that tells the story of the Homestead Act. The reverse features an image of a homesteader's log cabin, symbolizing the dreams and struggles of those who took up the challenge of claiming and cultivating their land under the Homestead Act. Surrounding the cabin are the words, Homestead National Monument of America, along with the year 2015, and the mint mark indicating where the coin was produced, either Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. The simple yet powerful design captures the rugged determination of pioneers who made their homes in a harsh and untamed environment. Now, let's take a moment to explore the minting details of the 2015 Homestead quarter. The coin has a standard composition of 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel, and a diameter of 24.26 millimeters. Each quarter weighs 5.67 grams and features the familiar edge lettering that reads, E pluribus unum, Latin for, out of many one. A phrase that has long been associated with the United States and its diverse, yet unified people. The Mint produced the 2015 Homestead quarter in large numbers, as it was part of a regular release schedule under the America the Beautiful program. The total mintage was substantial, with millions of these coins struck in both circulation and proof versions. But like with most coins, certain variations in production, rarity, and condition can significantly impact their value in the market. So, what makes the 2015 Homestead quarter so special? Why has it captured the attention of collectors and investors alike? The answer lies not just in its design or historical significance but in the rarity and quality of specific examples that have surfaced in the marketplace. Most of the 2015 Homestead quarters are relatively easy to find in circulation. After all, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these coins for regular use in the economy. However, some rare versions of the coin, especially those in near-perfect or mint condition, have garnered attention from collectors. Coins that have been preserved in uncirculated or proof condition are much rarer and fetch a premium. But the true magic of the Homestead quarter lies in certain special varieties, particularly those that were struck with flaws, errors, or subtle differences in the minting process. For example, some of these quarters have been discovered with notable die cracks, misstrikes, or off-center strikes, making them incredibly rare and highly desirable. Coins with such errors can quickly become a goldmine for collectors, as they represent a unique snapshot of the imperfections that occur during the minting process. And this is where things get really interesting. While most of the 2015 Homestead quarters are valued at just a few dollars, some specific specimens have sold for far higher amounts, particularly those in perfect, uncirculated condition or those that feature rare error varieties. For instance, certain examples of the 2015 Homestead quarter that have been graded as MS69 or MS70 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, have commanded prices well above their face value. Coins graded at these high levels represent the pinnacle of preservation, and collectors are often willing to pay top dollar for these exceptional pieces. In fact, a 2015 Homestead quarter with a unique error or one in perfect mint condition has recently fetched upwards of $18,000 at auction. Yes, you heard that right, $18,000. That's the astonishing amount a single 2015 Homestead quarter could be worth, depending on its condition and rarity. And while most of us may not stumble upon such a rare find in our change, it's a reminder that the world of coin collecting holds countless treasures, waiting to be discovered. But the appeal of the 2015 Homestead quarter goes beyond just its financial value. For many collectors, the true worth of the coin lies in its historical significance and the story it tells. It's a reminder of the struggles and triumphs of the American pioneers, those who sought to make a new life for themselves and their families in the vast, untamed frontier. The Homestead Act was more than just a law, it was a catalyst for change, a symbol of hope for thousands of individuals seeking a new beginning. As with any coin, the 2015 Homestead quarter has its place in the broader context of American history and numismatics. It's a tangible connection to a time long past, a time when the American dream was forged on the frontier. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the world of coins, the 2015 Homestead quarter serves as a reminder of the enduring legacy of the Homestead Act and its role in shaping the United States as we know it today. As we wrap up this deep dive into the 2015 Homestead quarter, let's reflect on its place in the world of numismatics. Its value, though often understated in casual conversations, represents far more than just metal and design. It represents a piece of history, a glimpse into the past, and a tangible connection to the story of America's westward expansion. And for those of you who might have a 2015 Homestead quarter in your collection, or perhaps just a handful of them tucked away in a jar or safe, remember this. While not every coin will fetch $18,000 at auction, there's always a chance that you're holding on to something truly special. In the world of coins, value can be subjective, but history, rarity, and condition will always play a key role in determining just how much your coin could be worth. So, the next time you hold a 2015 Washington quarter featuring the Homestead design, remember the rich history behind it, and who knows? You might just be holding a small treasure worth far more than its face value. Keep collecting, keep learning, and keep exploring the hidden gems of the world of numismatics. You never know what you might find next. Top 2. We're going to take an in-depth look at one of the lesser-known yet incredibly captivating quarters in the United States Mint's history, the 2014 Washington quarter, which commemorates the Great Sand Dunes National Park and Preserve in Colorado. While many of us may be familiar with the iconic Washington quarter, the 2014 Great Sand Dunes quarter is a unique release that offers a stunning design, a remarkable historical connection, and an incredible value for collectors. To fully appreciate this coin, we need to start by diving into the rich history behind the Great Sand Dunes National Park itself. The park is located in southern Colorado, nestled between the Sangre de Cristo Mountains and the San Luis Valley. It's home to the tallest sand dunes in North America, some of which soar over 750 feet high, making the landscape both awe-inspiring and unforgettable. The Great Sand Dunes are not just a natural wonder but a geological marvel, formed over millions of years by wind, water, and the relentless forces of nature. The dunes have a deep cultural significance as well. For centuries, Native American tribes such as the Ute and Apache people have inhabited the region, seeing the dunes as a sacred place. The area was officially designated as a national monument in 1932 and later upgraded to national park status in 2004. The combination of its geological, ecological, and cultural importance made it a fitting choice for inclusion in the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a series that celebrates the beauty and history of the United States through coinage. The Great Sand Dunes National Park Quarter was one of the 5 releases in 2014, and its design is a stunning tribute to this awe-inspiring landscape. In terms of the Washington Quarter series, the Great Sand Dunes coin is a part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which began in 2010 and ran until 2021. This program, one of the most ambitious in U.S. Mint history, was designed to honor the natural beauty and rich history of America's national parks, forests, and monuments. Each year, 5 different parks were featured on a unique quarter, and the Great Sand Dunes design made its debut in 2014, alongside other iconic locations like the Everglades, Great Smoky Mountains, Shenandoah, and Arches National Parks. To understand the full allure of the 2014 Great Sand Dunes Quarter, we need to take a closer look at the coin's design and how it encapsulates the very essence of the park itself. The reverse, or back, of the coin features an intricate, beautifully detailed depiction of the Great Sand Dunes. In the foreground, we see a striking image of a person sandboarding down one of the towering dunes. This not only illustrates the scale and magnitude of the dunes but also highlights their recreational importance. The mountains in the background, particularly the towering Sangre de Cristo Mountains, are depicted with great accuracy, reminding us of the park's incredible geographical diversity. Surrounding the image is the inscription, Great Sand Dunes, with the words Colorado and 2014, marking the state and the year of issuance. This design, created by artist Richard Masters, beautifully captures the spirit of adventure and the serene beauty of this remarkable national park. The coin's overall aesthetic is both dynamic and peaceful, a perfect blend of the natural landscape and the human experience. On the obverse side of the coin, as with all Washington quarters, we see the classic portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States, along with the words, Liberty, and In God We Trust. The year, 1932, appears to mark the coin's original design, a constant reminder of the quarter's long-standing role in American currency. Now that we've covered the history and design, let's explore the minting process of the 2014 Great Sand Dunes Quarter. Just like other quarters in the America the Beautiful series, the Great Sand Dunes Quarter was minted in large quantities to ensure its circulation. The United States Mint struck these coins at several locations, including the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, and each mint produces millions of these coins for public distribution. The coin is made of the standard cupronickel clad composition used in all quarters, which consists of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. Each coin measures 24.26 millimeters in diameter and weighs 5.67 grams. While millions of these coins were released into circulation, not all of them are created equal. The value of a coin, especially in the world of collecting, is largely determined by its rarity, its condition, and any unique features it might possess. And when it comes to the 2014 Great Sand Dunes Quarter, there are some remarkable stories to tell. One of the most important factors when determining the value of any coin is its condition. Most coins you'll find in circulation are in relatively low grades, meaning they've been worn down by years of use in the economy. However, coins that have been preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, or even better, graded at high levels by professional numismatic organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS), can command impressive prices. For example, a 2014 Great Sand Dunes quarter that has been graded MS67 or higher can fetch significant amounts from collectors. Coins that have a near-perfect or flawless appearance are much rarer than those that have been used in daily transactions, making them highly sought after. In fact, some MS67 or MS68 specimens have been known to fetch hundreds of dollars at auction, while certain exceptionally rare examples have been sold for even more. But the real intrigue comes when we talk about the rarest and most coveted versions of the 2014 Great Sand Dunes quarter, the error coins. In the world of coin collecting, errors are some of the most valuable and exciting finds. Coins with striking flaws, such as off-center strikes, double strikes, or die cracks, can skyrocket in value due to their uniqueness. Error coins from the America the Beautiful series, particularly those featuring the Great Sand Dunes design, have become a collector's dream. And now, here's where things get really exciting. Some rare, error-struck versions of the 2014 Great Sand Dunes quarter have been sold for a jaw-dropping $22,000 or more. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single 2014 Great Sand Dunes quarter with a unique error, such as a misaligned die or a doubled die, could potentially be worth up to $22,000. These coins, because of their rarity and the intricacy of their minting flaws, have become highly prized by numismatists and collectors alike, who understand the immense value that these errors hold in the world of coin collecting. If you're lucky enough to come across a 2014 Great Sand Dunes quarter in perfect condition, or, better yet, one with a rare minting error, it could potentially be your ticket to a small fortune. However, keep in mind that these exceptional specimens are not easy to find, and their discovery is often a matter of patience and luck. That said, if you're an avid collector or just starting out in the world of coin collecting, keeping an eye out for these special quarters could be worth your while. Whether you're looking to add to your collection or hoping to make a smart investment, the 2014 Great Sand Dunes quarter represents an incredible opportunity. But beyond the value and the excitement of coin collecting, it's important to recognize that this quarter, like all the coins in the America the Beautiful series, represents more than just a piece of currency. It's a tribute to the beauty and history of the United States, a reminder of the natural wonders that define this vast and diverse country. The Great Sand Dunes quarter is a way to connect with the land, with the history of the American West, and with the pioneers who settled these rugged regions. As we wrap up today's exploration of the 2014 Great Sand Dunes quarter, it's clear that this coin is more than just a small piece of metal. It's a window into the natural and cultural heritage of the United States, a tribute to one of the country's most unique national parks, and a reminder of the incredible value that can be found in the world of coin collecting. Whether you're interested in the historical significance, the stunning design, or the potential for financial gain, the 2014 Great Sand Dunes quarter offers something for everyone. So, the next time you come across a 2014 Great Sand Dunes quarter, take a moment to appreciate the stunning design, the rich history it represents, and the potential value it could hold. And who knows? You might just be holding on to a rare treasure worth far more than its face value. Keep collecting, keep exploring, and always remember that in the world of numismatics, the adventure is just beginning. Top 3. We're going to take a deep dive into one of the most intriguing and sought-after coins in the history of American numismatics, the 1979 Washington quarter. It's a coin that, while seemingly ordinary, has captured the attention of collectors around the world, and for good reason. Behind the design, the minting process, and the various unique features lies a fascinating story that spans decades of American history. But we'll also get to the part that you're likely most interested in, just how much this humble coin could actually be worth today. Stick with me, and we'll unravel the mystery behind the 1979 Washington quarter and its remarkable journey to becoming a prized piece of numismatic history. To fully appreciate the significance of the 1979 Washington quarter, we need to understand the context in which it was minted and the history that shaped its creation. The Washington quarter, first introduced in 1932, has been a staple of American currency for nearly a century. This coin, which features the profile of George Washington on its obverse, has undergone a variety of design changes, minting innovations, and even controversies over the years. By the time we reach 1979, the Washington quarter had evolved from a simple tribute to the nation's first president into a symbol of both American resilience and the ever-changing world of coinage. In the late 1970s, the United States Mint was operating during a time of significant change. The country was dealing with the aftermath of the 1970s economic crises, including inflation and the energy crisis, which had a profound impact on the U.S. economy. The Washington Quarter of 1979 represents both a response to these turbulent times and a continuation of the coin's long-standing role in American circulation. In fact, the 1979 quarter is part of a larger context of coins being produced during the late 20th century, which included experimentation with new designs, materials, and production techniques. But let's take a step back for a moment and examine the design itself, which is one of the most important aspects of any coin's appeal. As you might already know, the Washington Quarter, since its introduction, has featured the classic portrait of George Washington on the obverse side. This design was created by artist John Flanagan in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. Washington's profile is depicted in left-facing relief, wearing a simple yet dignified likeness. Around the rim of the obverse side, you'll find the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year of mintage, which, in this case, is 1979. The reverse side of the coin, however, is where things start to get interesting. For most of the history of the Washington Quarter, the reverse has featured a simple eagle design. However, in 1979, the reverse of the coin underwent some minor changes that would become significant in the world of coin collecting. Unlike the usual eagle design, the 1979 quarter featured a more intricate depiction of the eagle with its wings outstretched, sitting on a branch. The eagle's pose was slightly different from the one used in previous years, giving the coin a unique and more detailed appearance. The reverse also included the words, "United States of America, e pluribus unum," and $quarter, as usual, but the presence of the new eagle design made this coin stand out in the eyes of collectors. While the 1979 Washington Quarter is not known for featuring any radically different design than previous years, it holds importance due to its overall production context and the specific variations within the coin's mintage. You see, in 1979, there were some interesting developments that would impact the coin's future value. The United States Mint, in its usual fashion, produced large quantities of these coins for circulation, but that's where the story takes an intriguing turn. As with many coins produced during this time, there are variations and features that make certain 1979 Washington quarters far rarer than others. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1979 Washington quarter is the variety of minting errors and special features that have been discovered over the years. These variations range from simple, minor mistakes in the minting process to highly sought-after misprints that make certain 1979 quarters incredibly valuable. For example, one of the most common error coins from the 1979 series is the wide rim variety, where the space between the edge of the coin and the rim design is wider than typical for a standard quarter. This error makes the coin stand out visually and adds a layer of intrigue for collectors searching for rare specimens. The existence of this error has made the 1979 quarter a prime target for collectors looking for unique pieces with valuable characteristics. Beyond the typical minting errors, there are also examples of high-grade 1979 Washington quarters, which are specimens that have been preserved in exceptional condition, often graded at MS-67 or higher by professional grading companies like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These coins are highly prized because they represent the pinnacle of coin preservation, free from the usual wear and tear that occurs in everyday circulation. As you might imagine, the value of a high-grade 1979 quarter can far exceed its face value and become a significant addition to any collection. But wait, there's more to this story, and this is where things get really exciting. While most 1979 Washington quarters were minted in the millions and circulated widely, there are a select few examples that have gained significant value due to their scarcity and unique features. These coins, which are considered rarities, have an extraordinary level of collector interest. One such example of a truly rare 1979 Washington quarter is the 1979 D silver quarter. You might be thinking, wait, isn't the quarter made of copper nickel? And you'd be right. However, due to an error in the minting process, a small number of 1,979 quarters were accidentally struck on silver planchets instead of the usual copper nickel blanks. These silver quarters have been highly sought after by collectors because of their rarity, and some have sold for astronomical prices at auction. Speaking of prices, you might be wondering just how much a 1979 Washington quarter is worth today. Well, this is where things get interesting. The value of a 1979 Washington quarter depends heavily on its condition, rarity, and any unique features it may possess. For example, a standard 1979 quarter in circulated condition is typically worth only a few dollars, nothing too exciting. However, the rarer varieties, like the 1979 D silver quarter or the wide rim error coin, have commanded prices well beyond their face value. The true jaw-dropping value comes when you look at the highest grade coins or those with significant minting errors. One particular example of a 1979 quarter, a high-grade MS-68 coin with a unique minting error, recently sold at auction for an astounding $58,000. Yes, you read that right. A single 1979 Washington quarter, worth just 25 cents in circulation, could fetch as much as $58,000. That's right. There are some 1979 Washington quarters that are worth far more than their original face value, and these rare and valuable coins are becoming increasingly difficult to find. The coin's extraordinary value in the numismatic world is a testament to how certain coins, even those that were produced in large numbers, can become incredibly rare and highly sought after as time goes on. So, what does this mean for you, whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just getting started in the world of numismatics? The 1979 Washington quarter serves as a perfect example of how the world of coin collecting works. Sometimes, a seemingly ordinary coin can become a treasure worth thousands of dollars. While most of these coins are not worth anywhere near $58,000, there's always a chance you might stumble upon a rare or unique example that could make your collection truly exceptional. If you have a 1979 Washington quarter in your collection or find one in your change, take a moment to inspect it closely. Look for signs of any minting errors or unique features that might make your coin stand out from the rest. And remember, in the world of coin collecting, value isn't just determined by rarity or condition, it's also about the story behind the coin and the history it represents. The 1979 Washington quarter is more than just a piece of currency. It's a piece of American history, and for some lucky collectors, it could also be the key to unlocking a small fortune. As we wrap up today's deep dive into the 1979 Washington quarter, we hope you've gained a deeper appreciation for this fascinating coin and its potential value in the world of numismatics. Whether you're hunting for errors, high-grade specimens, or simply enjoying the rich history behind the Washington quarter, there's no denying the lasting appeal of this remarkable coin. So, the next time you come across a 1979 Washington quarter, don't just let it slip through your fingers. Take a closer look. You might just have a valuable piece of history on your hands. Keep collecting, keep searching, and remember, in the world of coins, the adventure is always just beginning. Top 4. We're diving deep into one of the most intriguing and valuable coins in American numismatic history, the 1965 Washington quarter. At first glance, this may seem like a standard issue coin, but as we peel back the layers of its history, design, and significance, you'll soon realize why it has earned its place among the most sought-after coins in the world. The 1965 Washington quarter is unique for several reasons, and not all of them have to do with its design or the metal it was made from. The coin is an emblem of a pivotal moment in American history. It marks the start of a massive change in U.S. coinage, and it represents a turning point in the way money was made, used, and valued. By the end of today's video, I think you'll have a newfound appreciation for this remarkable coin, and you'll also learn about the astonishing value it can reach, which is a jaw-dropping $85,000. So, sit tight and get ready for a fascinating exploration of the 1965 Washington Quarter. The historical context behind the 1965 Washington Quarter is just as important as the coin's physical design. To understand the significance of this particular quarter, we need to look at the larger picture of American coinage and the changes the nation was undergoing at the time. The 1960s were a period of great social, political, and economic change in the United States. The nation was deeply involved in the Cold War, the civil rights movement was gaining momentum, and significant economic shifts were taking place, particularly with the rise of inflation and the costs associated with the U.S. government's involvement in the Vietnam War. In 1965, the United States was facing a major crisis involving its coinage system. For decades, U.S. coins had been made from silver. But by the mid-1960s, the country was experiencing a sharp rise in the price of silver, which made it increasingly expensive for the U.S. Mint to produce silver coins. The situation became even more dire as the price of silver began to exceed the face value of coins like the quarter. It was clear that something had to change to keep the U.S. Mint from running at a loss. So, in 1965, the U.S. government made a groundbreaking decision: it would remove silver from most of its coinage. This decision led to the creation of the Clad coinage system, a new metal composition for U.S. coins that used a copper-nickel alloy instead of silver. The change was applied to the Washington quarter, the Kennedy half-dollar, and the dime. This was the first time in American history that the U.S. government issued coinage without silver in its composition. The Washington quarter of 1965 was one of the first coins to be struck in this new Clad composition. Instead of the usual 90% silver content, the 1965 Washington quarter was made up of 75% copper and 25% nickel, with a copper core sandwiched between two layers of nickel. While the coin's composition may seem mundane today, this decision to move away from silver had a major impact on the U.S. Mint and on collectors, many of whom were initially unhappy with the loss of silver in American currency. For numismatists, the 1965 Washington quarter is significant because it represents both a major shift in U.S. coinage and a unique period in American history. For years, quarters had been made of 90% silver, with a rich history that included beautiful designs and historical imagery. With the 1965 Washington quarter, that tradition came to an end, making it a key coin for collectors who want to understand the evolution of U.S. currency. Now, let's talk about the design of the 1965 Washington quarter, which, for the most part, remained very similar to earlier versions of the coin. As with all Washington quarters, the obverse, front, side features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States. The likeness of Washington was designed by John Flanagan in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth, and it has remained largely unchanged on the Washington quarter ever since. The design shows Washington with his hair in a powdered wig, an enduring symbol of his time and legacy in American history. The words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" appear above the portrait, with the year of minting, 1965, inscribed on the lower edge of the coin. On the reverse side of the 1965 Washington quarter, we still see the iconic eagle, though the design of the eagle was also part of the tradition of U.S. coinage. The eagle is perched on a bundle of arrows, holding an olive branch, and is surrounded by the words, "United States of America, et pluribus unum," and $quarter. While the reverse side of the coin didn't change much in 1965, what was truly revolutionary was the material used to strike the coin. For the first time in decades, the Washington quarter was no longer a silver coin but one made of copper and nickel. As we move on, we should also address the minting process of the 1965 Washington quarter. In 1965, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these coins at multiple locations, including the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. Most of these coins were minted in very large quantities to meet the needs of a growing economy, which resulted in widespread circulation. In fact, there were approximately 1.7 billion Washington quarters minted that year across all the different mint facilities, which means that, in theory, These coins should be relatively easy to find in pocket change today. However, despite the sheer volume of 1965 Washington quarters that were produced, there are certain examples of this coin that are far rarer and much more valuable than others. The 1965 Washington quarter was also one of the first coins produced after the change to Clad coinage, and many collectors believe that early batches of these coins, struck before the new minting process was perfected, may have had some minor design or minting errors. These era coins have become highly sought after by collectors, and they can command significant sums at auction. Perhaps the most famous of these era coins is the 1965 double die reverse. This error occurred when the reverse side of the coin was struck twice, resulting in a noticeable doubling effect on the letters and the eagle's design. This particular error is rare, and examples of the 1965 double die reverse can fetch impressive prices. A well-preserved specimen of this coin could be worth thousands of dollars, depending on its condition and rarity. Beyond minting errors, the general condition of the 1965 Washington quarter plays a significant role in determining its value. Coins that have been preserved in near-perfect condition, those graded MS-65 or higher by organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, are far more valuable than those that have seen years of circulation and wear. The demand for high-quality, well-preserved coins has driven up the value of uncirculated 1965 Washington quarters, and certain examples have been sold for impressive sums. The real intrigue comes with the extremely rare and high-quality 1965 Washington quarters that have emerged from private collections or specific era batches. Some examples of these coins, graded at MS-67 or MS-68, have been known to fetch as much as $85,000 at auction. Yes, you heard that correctly. $85,000 for a single 1965 Washington quarter. The reason for such an astonishing value lies in the rarity of the coin in pristine condition and its historical significance. The 1965 Washington quarter is part of a pivotal moment in American numismatics, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins that represent this transformative period. In addition, the rarity of high-grade specimens, coupled with the existence of minting errors, has contributed to the coin's exceptional value in the marketplace. So, how can you determine if you have one of these rare and valuable coins? The first step is to carefully inspect the 1965 Washington quarter for any unusual characteristics. Look for signs of minting errors, such as doubled dies or other anomalies in the design. If the coin appears to be in particularly good condition, without any significant scratches, dents, or discoloration, it might be worth having it professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. These grading companies use a standardized system to assess the quality and condition of coins, which can dramatically affect their market value. In the world of coin collecting, the 1965 Washington quarter stands as an enduring symbol of American history and a reminder of the country's economic and cultural shifts in the mid-20th century. The fact that such a seemingly ordinary coin can be worth tens of thousands of dollars today is a testament to the enduring appeal of numismatics and the fascinating world of coin collecting. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual hobbyist, the 1965 Washington quarter offers an incredible opportunity to engage with a unique piece of American history. So, the next time you find a 1965 Washington quarter in your pocket change, take a closer look. You might just be holding on to a rare and valuable treasure worth far more than its face value. Keep collecting, keep exploring, and remember, you never know what gems you might find in the world of numismatics. Top 5. The 1983 Washington quarter is bound to grab your attention. At first glance, the 1983 Washington quarter may seem like just another ordinary coin. But what if I told you there's far more to this particular quarter than meets the eye? We're going to dive deep into the history, design, and various aspects of this coin, shedding light on its significance and why it's become such a prized item in the world of numismatics. The story of the 1983 Washington quarter is not just about its place in U.S. coinage. It's about the era it represents, a time of economic shifts, technological changes, and numismatic evolution. By the end of this video, You'll not only understand the context behind the coin's creation but also learn why this 1983 quarter could be worth a staggering $47,000. Yes, you heard that right. Stick around as we uncover the journey of this coin, its incredible design, the minting details that have captivated collectors, and the hidden value behind it. Begin our story. Let's rewind a bit and set the stage for the 1983 Washington quarter. The early 1980s were a time of transition in the United States, not just politically and socially, but economically as well. The U.S. economy was coming out of a major recession caused by the oil crisis of the 1970s and the double-digit inflation that followed. The early 80s were marked by a period of recovery, with the nation's economy stabilizing under President Ronald Reagan's policies. Despite these shifts, the minting of coins continued largely the same as it had for decades. Now, why is the 1983 Washington quarter special in the context of this economic backdrop? For starters, it represents a crucial moment in American numismatic history, the continuation of a design that had been beloved by generations of Americans. The Washington quarter had been in circulation since 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. In 1983, the Washington quarter was still a beloved symbol of the United States, with its familiar features and designs still in circulation. However, the economic pressures of the time, particularly inflation and the rising costs of minting coins, led to significant changes in U.S. coin production. Unlike the earlier Washington quarters, which were made primarily from silver, the 1983 quarter was produced using a copper-nickel clad composition. The move away from silver was not new. This shift began in 1965, when the U.S. Mint stopped using silver for most coins due to rising metal costs. But the 1983 Washington quarter continued the tradition of the clad composition introduced in 1965, with 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel making up the coin's composition. The clad quarters produced in 1983 were made to be durable, cost-efficient, and easily produced to meet the high demand of circulating coins. When we talk about the 1983 Washington quarter, it's important to remember that while the design of the coin was unchanged, some important elements of its minting and production are critical to its current appeal. First, let's talk about the design itself. On the obverse, front, side of the coin, we find the iconic bust of George Washington, the first President of the United States, facing left. This design, created by John Flanagan in 1932, is simple yet dignified, reflecting the enduring legacy of Washington. Surrounding Washington's image are the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year of mintage, 1983. The reverse side of the 1983 Washington quarter continues to feature the same design that's been in place since the coin's inception, a bald eagle, perched with an olive branch in one talon and a bundle of arrows in the other, representing peace and strength. The words, "United States of America, et pluribus unum," and $quarter circle around the eagle. The reverse design is a timeless symbol of American ideals and the power of the nation, continuing the theme established when the coin was first issued in 1932. But what makes the 1983 Washington quarter different from other quarters in circulation at the time? The answer lies not in the design, but in the rarity and condition of certain coins produced during this year. You see, the vast majority of 1983 Washington quarters were minted and distributed in large quantities, and they were intended for general circulation. As such, most of these coins have worn through decades of use, their edges nicked and the details worn away by time. However, some 1983 quarters were minted in special conditions, such as proof sets or uncirculated sets, which were preserved in much better conditions. Coins from proof sets are created for collectors and are struck using specialized dies and equipment, which results in coins with a much higher quality of finish. These proof coins, with their pristine surfaces and sharp details, are the ones that hold the most value among collectors. Additionally, certain varieties of the 1983 Washington quarter are known to have minting errors or unique features that make them even rarer and more valuable. One of the most well-known errors involves the 1983 Washington quarter featuring a DE mint mark, struck at the Denver Mint. These particular coins are known for exhibiting striking anomalies such as die cracks or unusual doubling on the inscriptions or designs. While the majority of 1983 quarters are quite common, a select few with errors have become highly coveted by collectors who are always on the lookout for these rarities. Perhaps the most fascinating aspect of the 1983 Washington quarter, and the reason it holds such allure for numismatists, is that certain high-quality examples have skyrocketed in value. Coins that are in mint state condition, graded by professional services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can command a premium price. The highest grade examples of the 1983 Washington quarter, particularly those that have been graded MS-68 or higher, have fetched incredible sums at auction. A coin of such quality, especially if it carries any form of minting error or unique characteristic, can easily be worth tens of thousands of dollars. But let's focus for a moment on what these incredible values actually mean in terms of real-world auction prices. While a typical 1983 Washington quarter, in circulated condition, might only be worth a few dollars, just a slight premium over its face value, high-grade examples have seen prices soar to impressive levels. The most notable sales have seen 1983 quarters graded at MS-68, or even higher, sell for as much as $47,000 at auction, and sometimes even more, depending on the specific characteristics and errors present in the coin. This value is driven by the rarity of the coin in such pristine condition and the collector demand for high-quality examples from each year of the Washington Quarter series. If you're lucky enough to have a 1983 Washington Quarter in your collection, how do you know if it's one of these valuable gems? First, it's crucial to examine the coin for any signs of wear or damage. Coins that have been in circulation for decades are less likely to command a high price, especially if their details have been worn away. However, if the coin appears to be in near-perfect condition, with minimal signs of wear, it's worth considering sending it to a professional grading service. These services assess coins on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers representing higher quality. A coin graded above MS-65 is already considered to be in excellent condition, but coins graded MS-68 or MS-69, such as those that have been carefully preserved in uncirculated sets, are the ones that fetch those incredible sums of $47,000 or more. But condition isn't everything. The presence of any minting errors, such as die cracks, doubling, or off-center strikes, can make a seemingly ordinary 1983 Washington quarter extraordinarily valuable. These errors are incredibly rare and can turn an otherwise common coin into a true numismatic treasure. Collectors who specialize in errors are often willing to pay a premium for these unique finds, so if you have a 1983 quarter that seems different from the rest, it's worth investigating further. So, whether you're just starting out in coin collecting or you're a seasoned numismatist, the 1983 Washington quarter offers a fascinating glimpse into the world of American coinage. While most of these coins are relatively easy to find and worth only a few dollars, certain examples, especially those in pristine condition or with rare minting errors, can command staggering prices. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rarities, you could be holding a piece of numismatic history worth tens of thousands of dollars. Remember, the value of a coin isn't always determined by its age or what it appears to be at first glance. The 1983 Washington quarter is a perfect example of how the right combination of rarity, quality, and demand can turn a simple piece of currency into a sought-after collector's item. So, the next time you find a 1983 Washington quarter in your pocket change, don't just dismiss it, take a closer look. You never know what hidden treasures you might have in your hands. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's exploration of the 1983 Washington quarter and all that makes it such a fascinating and valuable piece of American history. Keep on collecting, and always be on the lookout for those hidden gems in the world of numismatics.